So today we're going to chat about consistent daily actions. And not only are we going to talk about what they are, we're going to talk about why they're important, but then we're going to chat about how to actually achieve consistency, how to actually get your daily actions done. Okay. So the importance of consistency is it builds trust and a feeling of safety for anybody that's watching you. And we're in a social space, right? So even if there's people offline that they may be checking in and watching you online. It's going to continue to build trust about your business, your products, just your entrepreneurship. It doesn't matter if you've been doing this for a day, 5 days, 5 years, 6 years. Consistency is so crucial. If entrepreneurs actually knew the importance of consistency and how taking time off, and I don't mean like taking a weekend off or taking days off or unplugging for vacation, that's not what I'm talking about. But if they understood how stopping and starting their businesses was really crushing their compound effect, I feel like more people would probably just chip away at little daily actions. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be everything done every day. That's an ideal space. I would love to even be in that space. But consistently showing up for your business, consistently unlocking the doors, it helps to build trust in the income opportunity. Even if you don't have a team member or you haven't made a sale in a month or 6 months, just showing up consistently on your social media builds trust that when you do make an offer, people are like, oh yeah, she's still doing a business. Like, obviously I see her all the time. She's on social media. It's a behind the scenes brain connection that they make. Repeat exposure for prospects, whether it's product or opportunity platform, when their desire is high. And we do have training and we went through kind of the cycle of readiness in sales. But then your marketing is present, right? You're present, not someone else. And that's really the crucial piece of consistency. But how do you achieve your daily action? And like, what should they be in times like the summer? I don't know if anybody else felt this slight sense of like, okay, I was already barely getting it done. How am I going to do it when the kids are home? In order to change your habits, and I love this, we just recently, some of us are reading Who Not How. I'm just going to make sure I get the title right. And one of the things that consistently comes up in the book is in order to change your habits, you must change your standards. And that hits the nail on the head. So when you're implementing daily actions, it may be a newer habit for you. In fact, I think on social retail platforms like this, it's probably a pretty new action for everyone, right? You may have posted about graduations or birthdays or weddings or something that you thought, oh, this is really exciting and I have pictures from it. But to be consistently, um, you know, posting and really doing the actions behind the scenes, it's a brand new habit for everyone. So you have to actually change your standard of your own expectation of what you're going to be putting on your social media. Okay, so the real shift, like I mentioned, does come when you change the standard for your business. Like, are you going to post every day? Is that a standard for you? Are you going to open your doors every single day? Or in your head, are you thinking, well, it's 11 o'clock, like it doesn't really matter. Now I've missed it. I forgot. Are you setting alarms? What is your standard to make sure that you're doing this? And then prioritizing your actions list and moving through obstacles. This is going to be really crucial. And I don't just mean like battling in them and being like, it doesn't matter, no excuses. That's hustle mentality. And that's actually going to create burnout. It's going to feel really crappy. What I'm talking about is sitting down with just a little thing and being like, okay, my obstacle could be that my kids wake up before I do, or they're really loud, or like I can't concentrate when they're going through my kitchen drawers and whatever they're doing. What is going to be your possible solution? Okay, so every day we're going to watch 1 or 2 episodes of this series that I've deemed appropriate for them. This is going to be their quiet space. They're going to be expected to have quiet reading time in their rooms. Their doors can be open, but it's quiet reading time. Is it all going to be perfect? No. But what are your possible solutions? Grandma's going to play board games with them 3 days a week. Gonna drop them off, I'm gonna pick them up in an hour. Do you have possible solutions? If you're already thinking, "Well, I don't have a grandma to help me," or "I don't have this that I can do," or "I don't have a backyard," or you're not in solutions or growth mode, this is like a little bit of a slap in the hiney, but you need to get that mind in check and decide, okay, no, what can be my possible solutions? Again, moving away from perfection and just into growth, conversation, thinking like, how can I create a solution to this problem? How can I create a better environment for this obstacle to not be as big? How can I take Mount Everest and make it like going through the mountains? What are they? Virginia, Vermont, on the way to Florida. Okay, so money makers checklist. These are your daily actions. This is a simplified way, and yes, there's like 4,000 more things that you could be doing in business, but these are the things that really, when I was growing my business, and I feel like many veterans in the business, when we go back to basics and when we go back to things that we were checking off accountability for, these are kind of in the range of what we were doing. And we were literally like sending in, main page post, we'd send a green check mark, connect with 5 to 10 new leads, or launch somebody new, check mark. So that kind of thing this is really easy. Write one post or reel. Okay. If you want to amplify your visibility, maybe you're doing both. Maybe whatever post you're making, you're creating a quick reel on it, or your reel inspires a post, or you use your reel as a post. Like there's so many things. Okay. Connect with 5 to 10 new leads. These are not in your contact list. That is why it's only 5 to 10. We don't want you spending 10 hours, and I'm going to get into how you do this, doing this particular task, because they're not necessarily your hot market. It's just to help move more people to your page and have visibility. Okay. Follow up with 5 potentials. If you don't have a customer list that you can create a prospect list, or you haven't sat and done a prospect list, like get that done. Get that done. That's a piece of your business. That's a really important piece of your business. Make one offer and engage for 10 to 15 minutes. That should be separated bullet points. Make one offer. I'm going to go over this one. Engage for 10 to 15 minutes. Please don't skip that. Like, comment on their content. Outbound engagement. Okay. Inbound engagement. If you have a post that goes wild, or people are saying congratulations, or they're liking or loving your new profile picture, that's an additional task that you can really hone in on. That's like a super, super easy task, but you don't get engagement like that every day, right? That's if you're not getting 500 likes on every photo, that's normal. Not every piece of content is going to elicit people to be like, oh my God, I love that, click. But when you do get those things that kind of go a little more viral, you get 50 likes or loves on your profile picture, or on, your anniversary wishes, you get 100 comments or something crazy like that. That might be something you need to schedule a little extra time into to get back, or, engage into those super, super easy inbound engagements. But for you to create activity, 10 to 15 minutes of engagement, and these are with your contacts, but we'll go over that. Okay, 3 to 5 stories on Facebook or IG, Instagram, or a live. Okay, so again, I think it's kind of simple to do both. If you're washing your face, you're using your well spa, you're doing your checklist, and you can pop on live and talk about the business. You could, pop live in your group about a product that you're using because you're applying it. It doesn't have to be anything major. It can literally be 1 minute. Hey, you know what? I was popping on my foot cream before I apply it. Just thought I'd show you how easy it is. Consistency, hey, I'm sitting up doing some customer follow-up, and I was just feeling like sharing how awesome this is. I've made some great money. I'd love to show you, just do it. Just take action. Okay. That's like my new slogan. I hope Nike doesn't mind. Just do it. Okay. So number one post or reel, what you need to know. The reason that you're doing this is that you're attracting a new follower potentially, right? And that's going to get into one of the other future actions. You're creating trust and nurturing the relationship with the people that are already in your wheelhouse. They're already friends, already contacts, or you may be asking for a sale or making an offer, right? You may be posting about your opportunity platform. You may be posting about a product or a promo. Now, this is on your main page. Yes, it can be in your VIP, but you don't just have your network in your VIP. And I'm going to do separate training. You're going to see that on VIP pages, specifically in private groups, really how to improve engagement and action in those groups. But you need to be present on your main page. You need to have new people being able to see you without having, the gatekeeper of entering your private group. You need to be able to just be in their face. And then what? It can be all sorts of things that you might want to create, like a little bit of a content plan, either written down, or when I first started, it was just mental. Sundays, I did an opportunity post, and the rest of the week I did personal, except for I would do one product post on either Tuesday or Thursday. And in my head, I expected to have to take orders. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I gotta keep an eye on this because I am getting orders. Okay. So having a good mindset when you're posting as well. And they need to have a story, maybe, right? Like, are you telling a story about your day? Something that might be relatable, but also a clear, bright image. No collages. We have a social media do's and don'ts, but clear, bright image, lots of you. People want to see you. I always suggest that everybody follows Stacy Huron. So just have a peek at her page. She repeats a lot of the same people, a lot of the same content, a lot of the same vibe, but she just like magnetizes you because it's all Stacy, right? It's all Stacy. Okay, your calls to action. This is just a list. I'm not going to like read them out. You can take a peek, screenshot. You can look up calls to action. Instagram has tons. Pinterest has tons. These are things that are going to improve your interaction. So I know, Kelsey, I saw you on here. She has been posting things like her recipes, or, her in her kitchen with her finished product. I've been loving baking. Drop an emoji or comment buns for the recipe. Like, give them a clear and defined actionable step to connect with you. Okay. See my stories for more. You want to move people. You want to move their action. You want to move their words. Grab the link to my private group to get the recipe, whatever it is that you're trying to do in that time. And they can be different. This is also really important when you're speaking in video. Okay. Make sure you're not missing this. Send me a message, comment, call, whatever this is. Sometimes you might feel like you're calling out actions and nobody's taking any precise, responsive action to you. That's just for now. You have to keep going. Okay. You have to keep doing these consistent daily actions. Your standard for how you're going to show up daily, regardless of what's happening elsewhere, that needs to be your new standard with this, because it can take a little while to turn the wheels. It might take 30, 60, 90 days. I can promise you it's going to be faster than your 90 days if you're doing it just with no expectations, but you have to keep showing up and you have to keep calling out your audience. You have to keep engaging. These are all really crucial pieces of your business, but it's really crucial to come together. Okay. You can't bake something, put one set of ingredients in one bowl, another set of ingredients in the other bowl, and never actually put them all together, right? This is like this is a unit. This is like a system itself for your business. Okay. It's a package deal. So number 2, connect with 5 to 10 new leads. Now, the goal of connecting with these people is just to get visible. You want to connect with someone in like a group, or maybe on their stories. Maybe you're searching friends of friends of friends. Maybe you've just added someone new. So like, I kind of count that too, because they're not really they might be your friend, but they're not really your contact yet. You want to engage with them to drive them to your page. You want them to be like, oh, who's this? Click and be scrolling. That's why your content is so crucial, that it's you. Okay. People are not interested by your 10,000 quotes or, shared content of a funny video that you saw. Like, they want to know, like, who is this person that's commenting on my stuff? So we have to give them an opportunity to actually get to know that person. So the goal of connecting with them is really just to spark curiosity and drive them back to your page. This is a vital step that you cannot skip this. This is new. Okay. And the reality is, you might do 5 to 10 every day for a year and nobody comes back and finds out who you are. But on day 375, maybe, that one person that's like, hey, what is this? Like, what are you doing? What is this thing? Or maybe they start watching your stories consistently. And in another 6 months, they join your business and they're your blue diamond. Like, you just never know. So you're going to do this process, just do it and do it in trust. I don't think it would ever take that long, especially if your content is, if your profile picture is nice and clear. And again, some of these things are on social media, do and don't. But if you're checking off all the other boxes, then doing these steps together, it's going to drive the right results. So again, it's about connecting with people that you don't know or haven't connected with in the past, so that, they might be on your friends list. I just connected with somebody that I have never connected with before. She happens to have the Eiffel Tower in her display picture and on her stories, which I think is where the next trip is. It's just kind of like all coming together, If you wish to have any longevity, you have to be thinking new. You've got to be getting good at talking to people. It doesn't have to be something that you do naturally, but it is something you have to be willing to develop and grow in, okay? If you're not good at communicating, or you're like, I don't want to sound awkward, or I don't know what to ask to get people to respond back, search books for that. Wherever you feel deficient in any of these steps or activities for your business, find the personal development that matches that, right? Find the courses and training that you might need as prerequisites to help improve your outcome with this. Okay, outbound engagement. This is just really quick. You can do this in Facebook groups. This goes with that 5 to 10 new people. You can go to stories, Instagram stories, profiles, friends of friends. Be helpful, be friendly, be social, just be you. Don't be weird, right? And this is not don't go into groups and they're like, oh my gosh, like I have cellulite. And you're like, oh my gosh, I have this amazing cream, let me DM you. Maybe you post something a little bit more mysterious, or, oh my gosh, like I wasn't wearing shorts until I found a cream that like actually worked. I can send you the information later when I get home, or like if you want the info, just hit me up. Just something casual, right? If it's a really obvious, really hot post about a product solution, just don't make it like, hey, here's my link. You want to be like, hey, oh my gosh, you know what? I have the name of this cream at home that I actually started wearing shorts after I started using it, or it took my sleeping wrinkles away. It might work for your niece, right? So just being helpful, being casual, but otherwise, don't just jump into business opportunity. Hey, I saw you were looking for great vacation places in Disney. Do you need a way to pay for that? Like, nah, girl, go make some friends. Okay, let's make some friends first. So number 3, make an offer. Just have an offer somewhere every single day. People need to see that you are in business. People need to see that you have something to offer. This is not just in your VIP, but on your main page. Okay. Yes, it can be in your VIP, but it can also be in your stories. The more personal you can make these offers. And what I mean by this is, let's avoid posting, like a before and after with get your sample now. That's not an offer. That might be advertising, but it's not marketing and it's not an offer. Instead, you can, be applying your product and just say, we're going out to the beach today, taking care of those crusty heels that are tearing up the carpet. What are you guys up to today? Oh, and you know what? If you want to try this, or you want to know what it smells like, or if, it would feel good, just hit me up. I'll send you a sample, right? Hit me up. That's your call to action. Make an offer, join my group. Hey, grab this recipe, grab this, enter into our challenge. That's an offer. Okay. There's also one-to-one offers. If you have a goal, or if you have something that you need to communicate and you'd like to make sure that people are really hearing or seeing your offer, one-to-one communication is the best thing to do. Many of you are running showcases, product showcases, and you're reaching out. You're getting great responses, right? You can send emails. You can, there's just put links and say, hey, here's my link. It doesn't have to be an offer as far as sale goes, but just click here to not purchase, holy editing. Okay, so these are just places you may want to screenshot this or write them down. Private messenger, on a post, in a live video, you can actually be saying it. You can link it later in an email, in a text message, in your stories. Here's another thing. It doesn't have to be a product offer, right? It can be an offer to join your group. It could be an offer to chat about the business. Have you considered starting a business online? It can just be an offer to have a conversation about something. So just make sure that you're putting it out there. Make sure that in your mind, you're actively, as each one of your daily steps, you're like, what am I offering today? Am I offering mentorship? Am I offering business? Am I offering a product? Am I offering access to my VIP? Like, what am I offering today? Okay. And then take action on it. Your offer may have to be the same for a week. If you're running a special promo, or you're like, I've got a goal to grow my group to 100 people, your offer might be your invite to your private group. That might be your full steam ahead focus. So make that your focus for the week, 2 weeks, whatever it is that you need, where you're consistently compounding on that. Okay. You don't need to jump around and be like, okay, well, I offered my group yesterday, so I need to offer product today. It can be the same. Okay. Depending on what your personal goals are. And if you need help with personal goals, make sure you're booking a call with somebody that can help you. Okay. So what you need to know, stories, and I'm going to touch on this just briefly. Stories are the magic of sales. Okay. They let people get to know you, and your business is only going to move as quickly as people trust you and know you. So the images that I'm talking about, where you're like, here's my before and after, these are great. Like, honestly, these are so great. But what's even better is if you are in a story talking about, a product. Guys, I have to tell you about this. This image came through to me last night. This is a woman who works on a farm and her husband does this. Check out these before and after photos, right? And you can actually sync a photo into your stories. This is much more powerful than like before and after. Okay, so try to get creative with how you tell the story of the before and afters. A testimonial is a story. You can use a before and after, right? It's a person's face. It's a transformation moment. So these can all go in your stories, and consistently, or for multiple slides. Take a look at people who do really great content, right? Find someone that you're like, this is really attractive. I want to buy this and I already own it. Find those people and follow them. Don't spend all your time consuming their content. Actually recreate it. Okay. Yesterday I created content, but I screenshot from someone else's. I created my own and literally went back to theirs to see like, okay, how did they have their text? This was really impactful content for me. And once you create it yourself, it gets kind of like logged, right? You're going to increase your sales with videos and lives, period, full stop. And I know you don't, maybe you're like, well, I didn't want to do lives when I started this business. You don't have to. But if you're looking to grow your business and you're looking to really have a response in your posts and your offers and your engagement, this is where you're going to get that. This is where you're really going to see the turnaround. Okay. Videos and live videos and story videos, they have a higher conversion. People who are constantly in their stories, who are doing the lives, they have massive sales. It just goes hand in hand. Find me someone that's live all the time and can't make a sale for the life of them. I don't think it exists. And if it does, we're here to help you. Please message. And again, using those call to actions, right? Okay, number 4, this is also a must not skip. Okay, if you're gonna like skip out on your offers or whatever it is, but just don't skip out on this one. So number 4 is including your network. Engage for 10 to 15 minutes. I highly suggest grabbing that list of prospects, grabbing that list of best customers. We did customer care cycle in our last training. That's a great place to go to step number 3, which is really just engagement. See who you need to do your customer care with, engaging on their profile pictures, their recent events that they've posted photos about, just checking in saying, hey, what are you up to this long weekend? I was thinking about you. No product follow-up. This is just being a good friend. Okay. This is actually where you will see your engagement, your visibility, your story views, your sales. This is where you see the cycle kind of all come together. This is the worst paid, best investment you can make for your daily actions. Okay. You're not getting a sale from being a good Facebook friend. Like, you're not commenting and saying, hey, I love this dress. Where was this photo taken? And they're like, hey, thanks. I want to buy a tanner. That's not what this is about. This is about yielding trust, visibility. This is about having the Facebook or Instagram algorithm give you a pat on the back and help push you up in the right direction. Definitely work through like I said, your dream team list, your best customers. A VIP customer list is probably a good idea. Just making sure those people aren't being skipped, right? If you know those people that are always buying everything, you're like, yeah, make sure you're loving on them. without thanking them for the I mean, yes, thank them for the product purchase, but I'm talking separate from that, additional, okay? Who do you want to be engaging with? Who do you have things in common with? Right? I actually look for people that I could go out and have a meal with and have things to talk about. Those are the people that are ideal for engagement. And getting a list, like I said, is crucial. You can keep it virtually, you can keep it on paper. And then you can just do kind of like random blitz engagement. That's also amazing. But for the purpose of onboarding or really being intentional with your visibility, keep a list. Make sure that you go through that list once a month, 5, 6 weeks, right? Make sure you get to it twice in the summer, kind of thing. Okay, are you social? So this is, again, your contacts, your friends, your prospects, and these are the hows. Okay, so like and comment with something meaningful, a comment with 5 words or more, and an open-ended question even. Chef's kiss, top notch, okay? Respond to their stories with a meaningful comment, you know, not just like nice, pretty. Actually comment, speak to them as if they were a friend. If they don't respond to you as a friend, it's okay. We're going to be the social ones. We're going to lead with heart. Ask a question to start a conversation. Open-ended questions. If you don't know what an open-ended question is, grab a resource. Best open-ended questions to make new friends. Like Google that. Or there's a book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, or something like that. This might be a resource for you if you're not good at conversation, or if you're like, well, I'm not good at being meaningful. Like, I don't really know how. Or ask us for some samples, right? But your meaningful is going to be different than our meaningful, but move your needle in that right direction. Comment on others' accounts that you feel are your ideal follower. Again, going back, you're not selling. Okay, you're just commenting, you're being friendly. This is the piece of investment in your business that you're not expecting a return on, that you're not expecting a money transaction from. Okay, this is a really crucial piece. And I think when you lift the pressure of like, I've got to engage with the perfect people who are going to buy from me, who are going to join from me, once you release that pressure and you're like, I'm just out here being social butterfly. I want them to see me. Like, I want to be well known. I want to know them. I want to kind of know what's going on in the world. Once you can just lift that pressure, get out of the hustle mentality, you're actually going to, I actually enjoy the scroll and social now, right? I have a purpose for it. The post and ghost. Okay. I have talked about this in almost every training. I think I will continue to post about it in every training because it has been such a significant boost for my personal algorithm, for my personal visibility. When you post, commit to having 10 to 15 minutes. I mean, set a timer. It's not a big deal. Have some time before or after you're sharing that post where you're just engaging, you're in stories, you're committed to like being active and creating activity, likes and loves and bings and all sorts of things on your Facebook or your Instagram account, like being social on that platform. And then do your post, or, you know, have your post up and make sure you're staying on. This will increase your engagement and your visibility, not just of your stories, but of every single post you do. And you can go back and look at the last time I changed my profile picture. My views were actually, I mean, they were good and I had lots of likes and loves, but since I started really being intentional about staying on the platform to be present and be active, not just a passive scroller, but actively liking, loving, commenting. Again, just use it as your engagement. Like, you're literally banging out 2 hacks, like two daily actions in one 15-minute span. You're posting your daily post and your engagement. But my likes and loves on my most recent profile photo, which I think is very similar to my last one, like not one is more wow than the other, like they're just both kind of similar vibe. It's like double or triple. I think it's almost triple. I haven't checked it recently, but and I haven't even got back to all the loves yet. It's on my action list for today. Okay, 3 to 5 stories or live video, lights, camera, bankroll. Okay, again, your stories, my husband was even talking about how he taps on his friend's stories on Facebook last night when we were at dinner. And it just showed me, like, you know, he sees the circles at the top, right? He might be scrolling, but if you're in your stories, you're like, someone is showing up there for you, right? So you're in front of someone. So use your face, use your voice, avoid still frames as best you can, unless you're showing something, right? If you've done tons of video, people will stop to be like, What is Lisa doing up at a home plate with a baseball bat, right? Like I showed a still image that my husband took, but I popped a little story on it. I showed a video after that, right? Like people could see my whole body. They could see what I'm doing at night. Ask for engagement, make it fun, right? Like my girlfriend asked a would you rather question yesterday that I'm going to use in my stories. I'm literally going to say it. Would you rather? I'm going to make a video and then I'm going to actually list the poll. Okay. So take a look for that after. People will connect with you more when they trust you and they see you. So I've noticed, again, since being more in my stories in video, my engagement has skyrocketed for things that it was never really active for. So if I would post about opportunity, or I'd be like, I'd love to help you make money, here's all the great things about it, I might get the odd person who like asked about it, or the odd reach out. But since I've been really live in my stories, people are they're feeling safe to message in and be like, okay, I need to know more about this, or I'm that person. I want to work with you. This last week has been absolutely crazy when I've been really intentional about dialing in and being on video, telling people like, here's what I bring to the table. This is what I'm looking for. Here's what I'm up to for the day. And I'm going to give you kind of a great place to start. Okay. If you're like, I don't talk in my stories and I don't know what to talk about. Oh my God. I'm going to give you, these are the 3 points that I gave someone recently. This is not a perfect spread for your stories. This is not a perfect selling strategy for your stories. This is for your consistency. This is for trust building. And this is just to give you something to do every single day. This is a strategic, tactical piece for your business. So number 1, say good morning to your audience, okay? Talk about your day, your plans, funny stories, whatever happened from yesterday, like maybe you're Lumi spine and you're talking about it. Okay. Number 2, second story, behind the scenes. What are you doing? Are you working? Are you taking a walk? Are you having your coffee, doing a miracle morning? Are you reading a book? Do you have a meeting with a business partner? You're like, hey, business meeting, out for coffee. Like what's happening behind the scenes in your business? Make it a business, but not like join my business so you can have coffee with friends. Like, no, you're just showing video, right? It can be a photo, but it can be a little video, like working coffee at this cute little shop today. And then number 3, put something fun in there. And 2 and 3 might combine with each other. So maybe do a couple there, but number 3, share something funny, share a meme, share your latest plant that you added to your house, or your vegetable garden. Share something that's personal, relatable, lighthearted. Share something fun. Okay. Maybe you're riding bikes with the kids, you're taking a funny selfie of your helmet and like, I know I look funny, but I'm having an awesome day with the kids. We're bike riding along the canal. Okay. So say good morning. Okay. Let people get to know you. What's up? Show a little behind the scenes. What are you doing in your day? Don't tell me that you don't do anything. If you're just sitting on the couch, you need a massive life shift. Okay. Like go do something, go find something to do in your business that you can take a snapshot of behind the scenes. And number 3, make it feel good. Have some fun, share something funny, right? You're going to get some engagement sometimes. I've shared like the bottle on the fan spinning around and hitting people in the head. Like people go wild over stuff like that. Okay. That's it. Thank you. Oh my goodness. What a nice ending. Okay. So these are your daily actions in a nutshell, or what your new people should be doing to just consistently grow their business vibe, right? These are great consistency actions. When you make an offer, when you're presenting business, these are all daily actions that just they shouldn't take long, right? And when you get really good at them, they almost just happen naturally. I used to have to track. I used to have to like be like, okay, don't forget, I got to set an alarm for my main page post, or I got to put it up at 6 o'clock because I have dance at 7 o'clock. And I was like, now, like it's Saturday, I need to do a Saturday post. I know what kind of content I post. It's going to become a breeze, I promise. But initially, this consistency takes a little bit of effort. Your standard has to change, right? Now, on top of all of these, you want to make more money, you want to make more sales, you want to convert, you want to invite more to your private group, which is such a good goal and should be a really top-notch goal for everyone's business, especially during summer, just because that's the season that we're in, but this applies across the board. That's where your actions are going to be more of your very specific money-making and network growing actions, like your referral posts, right? Like hosting product showcases and inviting people that have maybe never tried the products before. Those are going to be your income producing activities. These are going to be like your moneymaker, wealth building, network and business building daily actions. They're not hard. They shouldn't cause you a lot of anxiety. These are your easy, solid daily actions. Okay. All the other stuff, we've got lots of training on. We're going to do another, I'm actually going to stop recording. We're going to do another training on, and you'll see that available on the things like shout outs and your IPAs, your income producing activities. Okay, we're going to do some brainstorming and some strategy on that. But these are things that if you want all of the income producing activities to work, if you want to be able to do them and get a response, these daily actions that we just covered today are required. You cannot just show up with great promos, deals, sales chats, LumiSpa sales, and people are like, who are you? What the heck is a LumiSpa? Right? You can't do that. I'm telling you, it's not going to work. Okay, no, you can do that. Permission granted. But in all seriousness, like, it's not going to work. I am of disservice to you. I have no value to you if I'm like, everybody post Lumi and create content. Like, you need to flex these tiny little muscles. These are just like the little ones that actually, they're the ligaments. Your daily actions are your ligaments that actually make things move, right? So I'm of disservice to you if I don't tell you how important your daily actions are, but they're also easy. If you are sweating over them, if you're dealing with anxiety over like a main page post, like you're overthinking. If you're worried about speaking in your stories, you're overthinking. It should take you as long as you speak to post it. To tap. You can't add captions, or it's like you don't have time, or you don't have time to do something really fancy or put a GIF on, like post it, right? Just go. I see Angie nodding. She's literally been on a walk and like, hey guys, had a great workout this morning, had a great this, like, I just love feeling this vibe. Like, she's not giving anybody any radical information, but she's building trust and she's oozing her energy into the entire world to see. She's sweaty. She's hot mess express after she's just come from a class, but she's letting us know she's a leader. She teaches classes. She likes a healthy, active lifestyle. She's walking. She is vivacious and magnetic. Like, I already know who she is. I don't even need to know her name. I know who she is. And she does it consistently. She doesn't just do it one time for 30 people to see. She's building on that. But then if you're not engaging with new people and you're not in your sort of like, again, it comes as a package. It's a package deal, these daily actions. That's why it's so important that they're short, they're simple, just get it done. You should be able to pound them out within an hour within your day. This is where you can work your business in chunks. You don't necessarily have to wake up and be like, okay, I need 3 stories. I need to engage. Like, yes, maybe you need to keep a little checklist at first. You need to have some accountability somewhere where you're like, hey, I'm going to send you my list every time I check the green box off, put an X for the ones you didn't do. So cognitively you can be like, I need to be better here. I need to reflect. I need to make sure that I'm engaging because I'm posting all this great content. I'm reaching out with all my, customers. I'm following my customer care cycle, but I haven't been connecting with new people. Reflect on why. Maybe you haven't dialed in your group yet that you want to get into. Maybe you haven't dialed into the people in your network that have great networks and their friends lists are open. And I'm not talking about friend requesting necessarily. You can, but I'm not talking about like taking people's contacts. I'm talking about going on to open profiles and engaging and letting them direct to you, right? You're just kind of like opening your visibility, right? These are crucial. If you're not doing these daily actions, you're overthinking. And possibly, or not prioritizing the business that you have a desire for at all. And sometimes that's a harder pill to swallow than like, I don't have time. I don't have time is the equivalent of, I don't give a poop about this. Because you can be your busiest self, and if you break a nail or lose a nail, like, I don't care about nails. That's why this still looks like this. I don't give a hoot about it, right? But if I did, if I was someone else, and I was like, I literally could not go out in life with it, like, I'd probably make time for that, no matter what.
Okay. Good.
Right? Okay,